Hey, this is totally exhausted Tom from Talon Guitar Works. And I'm totally exhausted because yesterday, my building arrived. And the crew from Carolina Carports, the construction crew out of Bainbridge, Georgia, got here and they just busted their butt getting that building up. They worked till 7:30 last night, and then they were out there again today at 7:30 in the morning, and they were done at a little bit after 2 this afternoon, and back on their way to Georgia, and hopefully they have a safe trip up there and no hitches. And I didn't do a lot of videoing while they were putting the building together. And the simple reason was we have Helene, which is currently a tropical storm out in the Gulf of Mexico and threatening to become a hurricane. Anybody who's been in Florida or South Florida knows there are two arteries that let you leave the state by vehicle. On the East Coast, it's I-95. On the West Coast, it's I-75. And what happens almost every hurricane is people who've never tried it before decide, I'm going to get on I-75 and outrun the storm and go north. And you and a million of your other brand new best friends will be in a parking lot with a traffic jam trying to go north, and there will be very little gas to be found on the way up there because everybody's getting gas for their generators, and there will be no hotel rooms. I had a friend that tried it a few hurricanes back. Him and his family left. They got to Ocala. They were out of gas. They couldn't get a hotel room. They slept in their car, and the hurricane actually passed closer to them in their car than it did had they stayed in their house. Now, it is what it is. You have to pay attention to hurricanes. I'm not trying to downplay the hurricane, but you are in a concrete block building with slurry, if you're in a modern style home down here. So it's kind of monolithic, and we usually don't have those failing with hurricane winds. So for the next few days, I am going to be loading in the equipment into the shop. I got 2 truck and trailer loads in there today, which one was my big, heavy rollaway toolbox. It's about 6 feet tall, and 2 chests, one mounted on the other, which was the heaviest probably item I'm going to get in there. And the drill press went in today, the trash cans, some of the paint equipment, 3 of the rolling benches went in, and a lot of little odds and ends in boxes and stuff went in. The micro machines, my mini surface sander went in today, and I'm going to be setting all this up probably well into October to where everything is where I want it, and I'll probably still make modifications after that. But the first thing I realized is you go into this shop and it's huge, it's cavernous, and you think, man, this is great. Maybe it's too big. And then you start putting the equipment in it, and you go, well, I can't keep the rolling benches that far apart. They got to be a little closer together, and you realize that you really don't have as much as you thought you did when you start looking at safety zones around tools and everything else, to where you don't want things on top of each other where you're knocking something over, and you also don't want to occupy every flat surface with items that you're trying to work on, or use one bench to work on everything, because that is what kills your time. If you have dedicated work areas for different items, and we'll see as this progresses, the job process goes a lot quicker because that dedicated area stays set up, stays clean, and is a lot more effective than setting it up, calibrating it, tearing it down, putting it away, and cleaning it up, and then doing it all again to start off again. So, looking for tools, basically, is what you're doing when you're doing that. So there are 2 videos tagged onto the end of this, and I'm talking through the videos, but I'm all excited. I didn't say this is Talon Guitar Works or anything. It's just, it is what it is. So enjoy. Let me know in the comment sections what you think, and we're going to have a lot of videos coming out here soon. So stay tuned. Bye. All right. This is it. It's here. This stuff right here is the insulation bats that are going to go into the ceiling. I was advised not to do the spray foam because it holds condensation. It's not really good if you're in hot weather. The company could have sold me the spray foam at a higher price, and they sold me the insulation bats to keep it cooler. It's my roll-up door for the front. So the big one. And then over there we've got the small roll-up door, my entry door that's going to go up in the front, but they walked it all the way out there. And right now the crew is unloading the truck, unloading all the metal. I got them to put some silicone down at the base rails, and that's going to help me keep some of the high-speed stuff out. With the hurricanes that come through, stuff can get blown through there, plus a lot of insects and everything else coming through. And then plants here in Florida, yeah, they'll find a way to grow through anything. So this is the start. We'll see how they're doing in a few hours. It's about 9:45 a.m. and they almost have the truck unloaded, so we'll check back later. All right, so this is Tom at Talon Guitar Works, and this is the building now at about 3:30 in the afternoon on Monday, the 23rd of September. These guys have been at it since about 10:30 this morning when they came in and unloaded the truck, actually around 10 o'clock. And the whole framework is up. The back wall is up, the front wall is going up. And we've got one of the guys rolling out the insulation blankets for the ceiling, because that's going to be better than the foam, they said. So this is where we're at, and I'm going to keep you posted, but the building's looking good so far.